Welcome back. Coming up tomorrow on Perspectives with Eric Reynolds, we're learning more about an organization whose mission it is to protect our wetlands, coastal habitats, barrier islands, and wildlife. It's called SALT, a pretty cool name. It's an acronym. Let's tell the folks about it.
I love that name. You think of salt of the earth and making sure things should be the way they are. And South Alabama Land Trust.
There you go.
And for the last 30 years, they've been involved with acquiring land around the Mobile, Baldwin coastal areas to make sure that those habitats are in place for both the native wildlife, but most importantly also for us to enjoy and for our kids and grandkids, in my case, to be able to enjoy what we saw when we were younger and coming up and how things were maybe more natural at one time. And so the whole purpose is to make sure that these areas are available and not development only taking advantage of them for, say, condos and scenic buildings on the waterfront, but also for a diversity of use.
Yeah, it's got to be a healthy mix because, of course, you know, everybody has talked about developing the waterfront area more and things of that nature, but you also want to protect certain things too, so we don't get to a point where our natural resources are depleted and gone for future generations.
That is so true, and so much attention right now going to climate control when we're thinking about climate change and making sure that certain things are done in a way that where the wildlife, I think you're running a story about Turtle Week, you know, today, and that's important when they come back that things are in place so the life cycle continues. And so they are acquiring land now up to nearly 11,000 acres around the Mobile, Baldwin coastal areas. And that big project I mentioned to you is one that a lot of people will definitely enjoy.
So when you talk about this land acquisition, do they talk about how they are funded, how they get the money, how they pay for this? Well,
there are grants, of course, that come from different sources because there are a lot of people who are interested in this. And then, of course, there are governmental relationships to where sometimes they do, you know, with the grants, actually purchased and acquired the land. And so they're in the business of doing both, whatever works. The membership, of course, contributions from people who are both board members and other members who care about the local environment. And that new project is a collaboration between the City of Mobile and the SALT organization.
And when you watch Perspectives tomorrow, you can learn more about this organization. And like you just said, there's various ways that you can help out if this is something that's important to you, which we definitely hope that it is.
That's right. You know, I talked to an environmentalist 2 or 3 months ago on Perspectives, and he said that, you know, if you have the funds, join every single one of these organizations you can, because say, you know, $25, $50 a year, but every person who's a part of this can make a difference in sharing the story and expressing, like you did, the reason why we do this.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so when can we watch this episode of Perspectives, Eric?
Please join us tomorrow morning, 8:30, the football hours that we have here. And of course, if you can't tune in then, please check us out on our YouTube channel or our website.
All right, sounds good. You don't want to miss it. Very important, especially to us here with our abundance of natural resources that we're hoping to preserve. Eric, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, Chelsea.